Hey guys, welcome back to RC. So this is a cheap Chinese RC remote, and nowadays they all come as a Mode 2 control, which is a left stick throttle. So the issue is there's no option for you to easily change it to Mode 1, which becomes a right hand throttle. And you being a professional flyer, because you fly on Mode 1, you can't simply just switch your mind to be able to fly with a Mode 2 control. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to rewire the things inside to convert this to a Mode 1 control. So in this case, other than rewiring the connection inside, we're going to swap the potential meter over here as well, because one is unsprung, one is sprung, so it's centered. So you go back to the center by itself, but you need an unsprung potential meter on the right, so the throttle doesn't go to the center when you let go of the stick. In the case of drone remote, usually they are sprung on both sticks, so they self-center on both sticks, so you just need to rewire the connection inside. You do not need to swap the potential meters over. For Mode 1 and Mode 2 control, the yaw and the roll is the same on both sides of the stick. So we're gonna rewire only the throttle and the pitch connection. Open the case, remove any connector to make your life easier. Remove the stick so the potential meter is exposed. I'm gonna remove the wire to make it easier for me to work on the board. We have just the naked board alone. Now removing the potential meter will be the toughest part, because you're gonna completely suck all this solder away so that you can remove the potential meter easily. I'm gonna reheat this solder so it's easier to melt later, because they usually use cheap solder which is very high melting point. I'll mix it with this low melting point solder. This is the tool you need to desolder and suck the solder away. I've checked that all the pins are loosened already, so now we should be able to wiggle the potential meter and get it out easily. Yeah. So this one for throttle stick will go onto the right side. So we're gonna repeat the same thing for the potential meter on the right side. Desolder everything. Yeah, another one. So we're gonna swap them over. So I have a throttle stick on the right side. So how this hack works is that currently the board is still a Mode 2 control, which means the left side should be taking the throttle signal. We rewire the potential meter on the right with its signal going to the left side, and the pitch signal here goes to the right side of the board. And in this case, unfortunately, this potential meter is like a 90 degree to another side, because throttle stick is, well, to the left and right. So you're gonna turn it 90 degree, and it's not too big of an issue as well. So we're gonna bend the pin for the pitch potential meter. Careful not to poke your finger. Then so now you can place it in. So you got a pitch and a rudder on your left side. Bend the pin for the right side potential meter, which is your throttle. Too bad, 4 pins for the casing doesn't line up with the original holes, so we're gonna drill it. But in the case of another cheap Chinese remote, there's no such issue. You can just direct swap with the left and right potential meter. We're gonna drill 4 holes for the main 4 pins and make sure these 3 pins are aligned, and the stick is centered as well. Otherwise you may have issue with a gimbal on the casing itself. I've made 4 new holes, so now I'm able to put the potential meter in on the right side. Your potential meter is the one giving variable resistance value to the board. So now we're gonna take the throttle signal, these 3 pins here, and we're gonna solder wires here, and then solder it to the left side of the board, which is behind here. So essentially, this potential meter on the right is giving signal to the board on the left, because the left side is the one responsible for the throttle. We're gonna follow the same sequence, the top pin to the top connection over here, and then the following orders. First wire to the first one, and the second pin. The color of the wire doesn't matter as long as you following the sequence, and the second pin to the second connection on the board. In some case, you can get away with soldering just 2 pins, because one of the 3 pins is actually grounding. And in this case, I'm going to solder all 3 because it's a little bit different compared to the other one. It's a bit confusing. Now the third pin, hope you're able to follow so far to the third pin on the board. So we're going to do the same thing for the potential meter on the side. We're going to take the signal from the top pin and drill a hole here so that we can go for a shorter route. And you go to the top pin over here. Solder the top pin. Then we're going to go solder to the top connection on the left side of the board. The second pin. And then the last one. Once that's done, you're going to solder the pins for the pitch and also the roll. All 4 pins for the casing of the potential meter, because they act as a grounding. And it has to be soldered because I've tried before that if you don't solder, it doesn't work. So everything installed back to the radio case. So here you go, we have a right stick throttle, and the left stick pitch now. Yeah, the moment of truth. Look at this, my pitch works. Yeah, on the left stick as a pitch. And let's try throttle. Throttle work as well on the right stick. Yeah, my roll is working as well. Awesome. So there you go. That's how you modify a cheap Chinese RC remote from a Mode 2 to a Mode 1 control. Now, even though there's an RC plane or RC drone that you like to purchase, but it comes with only a Mode 2, you can do this mode to fly it as well. So if you find this video helpful, please click the like and subscribe button or share this video to your friends so that this will help them, because I don't think anyone on the internet has done this. So subscribe! I'll see you in the next video. Bye!